I repeatedly ask, what legacy are we leaving our young? And I'm now directing that question to you. What legacy are you, through Lift Ireland, hoping to leave our young with, through teaching the skills of authentic, ethical leadership? And I'm going to put it through. Yeah.
It's a great question, Teresa, and I'm going to turn it around a little bit, because rather than thinking of us leaving a legacy, I think that our young people are building a legacy. And that's what's happening with Lift Ireland. We're like, each of us is a piece of a jigsaw, and all together we will make up a jigsaw that is a wonderful legacy for Ireland. But it's not that we are creating it. It's actually that the young people are taking part in their droves, in their thousands, they're taking part, and they are understanding what real respect is, what real listening and understanding is, what positive attitude is, and that it's a choice that we can make. There's so much of this that is unexplained. So many of these words that, as you referred to as soft skills, that are thrown around the place, like respect. I mean, I grew up in a home, fabulous parents, but one would say respect your mother and the other would say respect your father, and they both say respect your teacher, and I thought it was an authority thing. I had no idea that real respect, whether I like what somebody else says or not, real respect is about appreciating and understanding that person has value and treating that person in that way.
Sure.
And so I think what we're doing is opening the door to give greater understanding to our young people and to our not so young people on this is what good behavior is. This is what
it ties in so beautifully to that notion of dignity at work. Every workplace has a dignity at work policy, but it's giving feet to that policy, to the enactment of the sentiments of that policy. I think it's a brilliant idea.
You see, policies and rules and everything else, we can have those all over the place and hung up on our walls and on our iPhones and everything else, but it all comes down to human behavior. Sure. And we often, when we get stressed or under pressure or in a sticky situation, we can't remember those anyway.
Yeah.
So those lists don't guide the behavior. It's only by going through a process that helps us to stop and reflect on our behavior and helps us to strengthen our muscle all the time for the next time we're in a situation like that we can do it.
What legacy have we, the baby boomers, left the millennials and Generation Z? Have we been fair with the legacy we have left them? Have we left them opportunity or challenge? What would you say?
You see, I think that I think there's opportunity in every challenge. You have to remember, Teresa, that I am just by the way I'm made, I'm an entrepreneur. So when I see challenges, I know there are always opportunities somewhere hiding under the covers there.
Sure.
And whilst I think that it is perhaps quite difficult at the moment for a lot of people, we as human beings are able for an awful lot. And I think that, I think the more that we can instill in our young people that innovation and adaptability does not have to mean coming up with seismic change. It can be just the tiny little steps that you make every single day. And that being resilient might be about getting out of bed in the morning, but it might also be something much bigger, and equipping them with, we can get over a huge amount. We can get over a huge amount. We can cope with a huge amount. I don't think we've left them with a whole load of challenges. And the other thing with that is that I don't think we've left them with anything that they can't cope with. I have been astounded by the young teenagers that I've done Lift with, who have talked to me about respect and integrity, and just the maturity is phenomenal, and the depth is phenomenal. And I think sometimes we might knock that out of them, but they are amazing human beings and amazing young leaders. And I think they can cope with an awful lot more than we give them credit for.